Warning. This show may contain blunders, tangents, and inaccuracies. We try, but words are hard. Spoilers are inevitable. You've been warned. Lastly, the following is the opinion of two middle-aged media junkies. Try not to get butthurt if we say something you don't like. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, this is SequelCentric, where we take a look at follow-ups in the media to see how they stack up against their predecessors. I'm Sandra, and he is the wind beneath my wings, Nathan.
Wow. Thank you. Different intro than mine, but it works. How you doing today?
You are. I'm okay. Kind of a little offbeat. I was reading some comments on one of my videos, and negative Nancy's out there.
Go with that. It's focus on the positive.
Yes.
Not on the negative. Even for some reason,
Yeah,
we always
I know,
focus on the. If like 98 people like your stuff and 2 people don't, I don't know why.
I know. Yeah, I know. Focus, but it's the negative stuff that always sticks out in your mind.
True. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a smaller number, so you focus on that little part instead of the.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we're going with something a little more recent.
Yep.
That's been in the media and had quite a bit of controversy.
Yeah, that's why we kind of gave it a couple months just to
let things kind of simmer down.
Chill on YouTube and everything.
Simmer down. And so we're going to be taking a look at Masters of the Universe Revelations.
Yes, the helmed by Kevin Smith, better known for Clerks, Mallrats, and the Jay and Silent Bob movies, and on Netflix streaming. What is your overall thoughts of it? The first part.
First part. We're hopefully going to get
divided into 5 chapters.
We'll hopefully get a second part. If you.
Well, we'll get to that later in the episode.
Yeah.
So what were your
first impressions?
Yeah.
Was I enjoyed it overall because I grew up with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and She-Ra, his sister.
Yeah.
And so, only because, my younger brother, liked to control the TV.
Wait, how did the younger brother control the TV? You're the oldest of 3. You didn't lay down some SmackDown?
No, that was my younger sister, who was his younger sister as well. The youngest of us. She was the one that laid the SmackDown, and she really did it when she took the wiffle ball bat to my brother's head.
We're watching Care Bears.
We're watching Strawberry Shortcake.
There you go. So yeah.
No. My sister was Rainbow Bright.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rainbow.
Yeah, she was Rainbow.
Rainbow Bright. Over Rainbow.
What's up, Kripke?
Yeah, Rainbow Bright over Strawberry Shortcake. Yeah, my sister.
I was Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah, my sister was Strawberry Shortcake too.
I'm Holly Hobby.
So
getting off topic.
Sure, let's circle back around.
Circle back.
The one thing you can tell, animation up there. I think the people that animated this was the same people that did Castlevania, and also the new Witcher, Gray Wolf, White Castle, whatever, which is kind of a prequel to the Witcher series, which is that's good too. Animation story I loved. It was great. A lot of the old He-Man stuff was basically Monster of the Week, whatever of the week. Very rarely did it have like a 2 or 3 part arc, unless it was like towards the end of the series or when they introduced Kordak or whatever. I think a lot of animators who grew up with that stuff remember that, so they're doing like a 2, 3, 4-part arcs or whatever,
Yeah.
like what they did in the Clone Wars and stuff like that. So you got an overall one story. Like this is one story divided into 5 parts, which
right.
was we watched that little extra part at the end of the 5 parts or chapters, and then Kevin Smith, that was part 1. So
Right.
and I'm going to let you take the floor on this one on what you think is going to happen next, because I have some strong opinions about mediocre things.
Don't we all?
Yes. So what? With all the controversy that everybody's crying about, I mean,
All the
what's what are your thoughts about the second part that's supposed to take place next year or whenever?
Well, if we want to leave TS out of this, it's just going to be difficult.
Taylor Swift?
No, not Taylor Swift.
Tourette's Sandy?
Tourette's Sandy, yes.
Usually she's only in the car, but you know.
Yeah, well, you know, she's getting...
You never know when she's going to pop up.
You never know.
Like a Pop-Tart, gotcha. So,
I'm going to try and curb her. So, my thoughts around the controversy or my thoughts around the series?
what are your thoughts about the series, I guess, or the controversy?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. I thought it took, it was, you know, because it's not titled He-Man.
True.
It's titled Masters of the Universe, and she was part of that team.
Teela,
yes. For those of you that don't know who we're talking about. And, you know, eventually she was going to have to find out his secret. And I liked the way that Kevin Smith went about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I probably, you know, I have a hard, because I'm kind of a Kevin Smith fanboy going back to Clerks.
We both are.
And I know he's a comic book guy too. I mean, he's got that, was it Comic Book Men? That was on AMC and stuff, and it made its way over to Netflix. So I think he did some good writing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I know a lot of the He-Man fans of old were very, very upset, put it mildly, that, you know, He-Man and Prince Adam, for the most part, took a back seat, you know, and Teela and her gal pal, whether there's a romantic interest or not, doesn't matter. I mean, I liked the story. Evelyn and Beast Man came in, part of this team. I liked it overall. It had a great story, over 5 parts. You had the bad guys and the good guys of old working together, and then was it Trapjaw and Triclops? They took over Snake Mountain. They had some sort of new techno something to worship.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. There were some, I'm not going to say it, go watch it, but there's like 2 shocking things there. But he did pay homage to a lot of the vehicles and action figures that Mattel brought out during the whole 1980s He-Man stage. Even the so-called Wonder Bread He-Man, which basically was He-Man, but it had the black chest piece, which went on another Zodiac. And but I think it was great. I think people are making a mountain out of a molehill, but I always say, and a lot of people say that Star Wars fans are the worst. And I think if you're die-hard He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and you felt that Kevin Smith lied to you, I personally think he was just trying to, you know, and everybody does it in entertainment. When trying to get called out on it, they're like, no.
Right.
It's not that way.
Right.
And then when the movie comes out or the TV show comes out, and then it's like, oh, I knew it. Why didn't you just tell us? It's like, well, I don't know. Didn't want to ruin the surprise. It's hard to keep the surprise.
It is,
You know? I'm sure the one back in the day, the whole who shot JR thing was like, oh, you know, but you didn't have social media. Cameras, cell phones with a camera on it. You can't go anywhere without spoiling anything nowadays, you know. And
you can't, yeah.
I mean, people just want to rip Kevin Smith to shreds. So my fear is whatever idea he had for the second part of this, we're never going to see it. Maybe he'll write a book about it, but I don't know if Netflix is bumping him off due to the backlash or whatever, but I just think if anybody doesn't have ties to the old He-Man, I would say check it out, because it's a good story, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think even if you do have ties to the old He-Man, it's still a good story.
I agree. Yeah, and I think so many people are just, I guess they really wanted to see He-Man back in action, like the Cartoon Network He-Man that was in, was it the it's like right around 2010 or something. I know my buddy Jamie, he ended up watching that. I've seen some episodes. That was good too. And I know this Netflix Masters of the Universe is a spiritual sequel to the 1980s Filmation cartoon, which basically had the Monster of the Week, like we said earlier, and this one had an overall story arc.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment
Okay.
where I don't know if Kevin was trying to symbolize or not, because I think I don't know if he had an idea of if he was going to get backlash for what he said and what he did, and so I don't know if that was written into the story where the two sides had to work together to achieve the common good. And I interpret that as we don't have to have the same likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
And everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
We just have to work together, for the greater good,
Do you think some people could benefit from DBT training?
DBT.
Yeah,
yes.
training.
I think a lot of people would benefit from it.
So,
It's a different way of thinking.
I think I think I just said it. I forgot to log it into the hard drive. I think personally, what set everybody, the He-Man fans off, is the fact that He-Man was like,
In the background?
yeah, basically. Like at least 90% of the story revolved around Tila. And the first episode or chapter, or whatever we're going to call it, that alone was just a mic drop. Because, for anybody who hasn't seen it, skip ahead about a minute or so. Tila finds out that Prince Adam is He-Man, and everybody has been keeping that secret. And she was so pissed off, she basically said, "I'm out."
Yeah.
And walked away,
Yeah.
because she basically, in that first episode, she took her father's place as captain of the guard. Or not captain as man-at-arms or whatever.
Right.
I saw, the way I viewed it, she was taking her
Father's place.
Yeah, exactly. And what I liked about it was Prince Adam's mother had mother's intuition, had a feeling, but dear old dad, like most guys, clueless. Wait a minute, my son's He-Man. Nobody told me. You're banished. It's like, really, little extreme. Considering what happened, I can understand that.
And again, I think it symbolizes today's society. People don't like what they hear, and I'm done with you.
What's that phrase? You don't have to like it; you just have to accept it.
Oh, that's reality. Radical acceptance, where the meaning is you don't have to like it. You just have to accept it for what it is.
Okay.
And you can go right back to not liking it. You just have to accept it for what it is.
Well, talking about likes and dislikes, can you give us your SequelCentric rating and whether or not it sequels for you?
For me, yeah, I think it does, because it's in I guess depending on the way that you look at it, it is a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
Well, not so much the story. a continuation of the universe, of that
Yeah.
universe. So for me, yes, it does. And you?
You're gonna rate it?
Oh, am I supposed to rate it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part of the question.
I said rate it, and does it sequel for you?
Rate it. What are we rating on? I know what we're rating on. What is our rating system?
Well, I guess either. I guess in this case, because it's streaming, you can't really buy it. So I guess either purchase Netflix for a month, hijack someone's Netflix account.
We're not condoning that, but you know.
Ditch it. Well, I mean, if friends or family are okay with you, borrowing their Netflix account.
Yeah, we're not condoning thievery here.
Ditch it or burn it.
I would say watch it.
Watch it.
I would say at least watch it.
Okay, so if you know someone,
whether you're a fan or not, watch it.
Yeah, I would. I'm with you. For me, it does sequel. Whatever the second part of what comes around next year, I'm eager to see. But once again, I hope Kevin Smith writes a book about what his vision was going to be about, because that's my fear. There was such a backlash on this, which I thought people overreacted, like we said, and I don't think we're going to get Kevin Smith's true second part to what is on Netflix now. So it's sequels for me, because I think it's mature. I think they understand that audiences have matured over the years, so that you can do a story in like 2 or more parts in the animation story. 2, I would go with you. Watch it. Borrow someone's Netflix account, and watch it if you don't have Netflix. So.
I have a comment on that as well.
Borrowing someone's Netflix account?
No. Kevin Smith.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
On Kevin Smith.
Okay.
Where, like you were saying, we were talking earlier about, I was getting upset about, some of the negative comments that people were making on my videos over on my Beading channel.
Uh-huh.
And I have, you were saying I need to just ignore that and focus on the positive.
Yeah.
Where, I think Kevin Smith will most likely do the same, and I can see him doing that. I can see him saying, F everybody, this is my thing, I'm going to do.
I guess we'll see, But, so yeah.
There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be those negative Nancys. And I'm sorry if I'm, stepping on anybody's toes or hurting anybody's feelings. It's not
I'm sure they'll let us know in the comments
I'm
below.
sure they will. And, I guess...
Well, okay. I think we
I'm
said
gonna
enough.
shut my lips.
Okay, I think we're just beating a dead horse.
We are.
So we're gonna. This is it.
Poor horse.
We're gonna sign out on this one. So it sequels for us. Watch it. It's worth your time, or at least watch the first 15 minutes of the first episode. Because there was. Man, the battle scenes were great.
Yeah, they were.
There was such a shocking thing to happen in the first episode, so I would tell you at least watch that part.
The animation was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's about it. We're out.
We're out. You gotta ask yourself this one question.
Does it sequel?